Ladies and gentlemen, Beasties and Ballers, welcome to the grand finals of Conquest Clash 3. I am hosted by Hallow, I am Ultra, and this is my lovely co-host and owner of the Discord server where we're doing this all in, Satoros. You just told me how to pronounce your name and I almost bungled it immediately.
Nah, that's
Hello,
good.
everybody.
Thank you for having me. It's great to talk to you, Ultra. And yeah, it's been too long for sure, but I am super excited about these grand finals. We get to have a rematch of a match we saw earlier, Bolimar versus Charge. Charge cruising through to grand finals, but Bolimar coming back with a vengeance. I'm excited to see these two clash once again.
Did you see that Bolimar fella recently? It's scary. I don't want to play against that guy.
Oh yeah, definitely driven to make sure that this result is not the same as the previous match. But we definitely have two very offensive sets of teams that are going to be going up against each other. But just to recap for those of you who may not have been as familiar with this event, this is an invitational tournament, had 4 players. We are down to the last 2 in grand finals. It was double elimination format, so Bolimar coming through from the loser's bracket. So Charge coming from the winner's bracket has not lost a game yet. So in order for Bolimar to win, Bolimar has to win 2 sets against Charge to be the victor, whereas Charge only has to win 1 set. So it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, but I know Bolimar is up for the challenge for sure.
At minimum, Bolimar needs to win 6 games with 3 different teams. So two games for each team. That gives KingOfCharge a lot of time to, figure out, adapt, strategize. Alongside day 1, KingOfCharge and Bolimar fought. If memory serves, it usually doesn't, but it does today. Hey, look at that. It's a good day for me after all. You mentioned that they're 2 different, they're 2 offensive players for sure. Obviously, anyone who knows KingOfCharge has played against him, has seen what he does in the PvP lab. Very, very specific kind of offense, of course. Pioneer of Con 5. A lot of, big emphasis in the Big Moon Bash, especially on counter-serving. It's to the point I personally refer to those kinds of teams as Chargian in nature. And of course, the brings that he has brought in for this event are exactly what you would expect from this kind of refined, very heavy offense playstyle that he likes to go into. Specifically, always happy to see a Castle Elite fan. Hey, we made it, guys. Big day for us flightless birds out there.
Yeah, I believe both of these players have Castle Elite on one of their teams, so big W there.
No matter what, I'm satisfied. I've won as far as I'm concerned.
There you go. Yeah, but I mean, you kind of brought it up, but Charge doesn't like offense. He likes to nuclear strike the enemy, like absolutely maximum damage setups that you could possibly imagine. Again, often coming from counter serves because those usually give you the extra defense action before you have an offensive turn. And really, I feel like other people try to plan out some contingencies of way they can make their team more consistent. And Charge does that too, but without sacrificing damage as much as possible. So if we start to look at these teams, you'll kind of see how these are put together. And here's kind of the most popular team of Charge's, at least the one that Charge has been advertising the most for sure. Thinking that High 5 with Confident is overpowered. Basically, be able to not only give a power boost, but also a body defense boost, which can definitely matter sometimes to any one of these other threatening offensive attackers. And again, being able to set up a huge turn with the Goofster ally with Confident Pass and Cheer. And again, having a huge threat immediately.
Yeah, of course. We have Thump, Net Rush, Shield, Castle Elite, which, for as much as I prefer the launch variant, still does incredible work. It guarantees, next to Goofster, High 5, you get +1. Confident Pass, after a Net Rush to Castle Elite, you get +2. Also the benefit of being in the front. And it's overwork. Not many things are going to live that. Going to be 100% with you. Of course, And you still have the reach shot on the Goofster to threaten the sideways. Even if you walk up, you're not able to counter hit it. And even if you do survive the next turn, Castelline has shield. What do you do now? Riplash with Steadfast as an unremovable, unremovable, unable to be lowered with its stats, unfazable. Riplash with a body defense boost, spec entirely into its spirit defense, and of course a bro slide in with a miracle play, hyper spike, confident pass, trait dance, I assume to handle any mystic shenanigans that show up. This is a team that is engineered to do one thing really well. We are kindred spirits in that way. Neither of us paid $25 to block or to not blow people up immediately. And for that, I have immense respect for Charge. Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more standard thump launch set on Riplash as well. After serve, I get to go to the net, but again this time.
Yeah. Yeah, and because there's that Riplash there, it kind of allows Castellite to run this more aggressive set of moves because you have that launch and even a Cyclone on the Riplash side.
Yeah.
But really, the last point I'll make on this team is I really do think the Goofster is actually the linchpin to this whole team. Because the way to make your opponent respect your offense and not just click Patience or Cyclone is having a sideways move, right? So having that constant net pressure just, again, makes it so much more complicated for the opponent to be able to deal with the offense that's incoming.
The savior of mono body in general, to be honest. I run mono body. I would not be in the position to run mono body without Booster. Of course, Charge's other teams sort of reflect at least part of this mentality. Take Squigzag, for example. We have a Mimic that could copy Echo Strike, Freeze Ray, or Zigzag on any team, which is, entirely spec'd into mind. It's an incredible set to be running. Prepared Attack as well to get those I believe defense boosts up, Omni boosts.
Yeah.
You got excited pass as well. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that was actually a point because yesterday I said there's no defense on this whole team, but Charge actually pointed out Prepared Attack is actually an Omni defense boost, which is something. But again, compared to the last team that at least had Shield and Cyclone, like there is basically no defense on this team. Prepared Attack is it. And this team actually has a higher damage ceiling, funnily enough, than the team we just saw. And it really is this scrimmage just can do absolute magic with the multiplier bonus from using Mimic, but also with Excited Pass. And I mean, goodness forbid you hit this Kaleidarn. Be able to get 2 technical passes with the Excited Pass also with the Mimic of the Zigzag. It just deletes everything. Just nothing can survive.
The last when you watch this VOD later, because I pointed it to you, use this team. Use this team. That's my sister. She wants to use Screamage and Beastieball. Don't worry about it. The rest of it. We have Zigzag, Tactical Pass, Careful Shot, just in case you decide to target into the poor Kaleidarn on an unlucky day. Echo Strike to deal with more trait shenanigans, I assume. You got Net Rush. You got 2 assesses. You got 3 Tactical Passes. You have 1 locked target. You got an entire field of Beasties, essentially, that want to do nothing more than ruin your day and laugh while they It is terrifying team to go against, even just looking at it. And Bolimar has to go against this and Con 5 and third team, Big Jazz. Now, if you've been playing Beastieball at all in this most recent patch, or the last most recent patch, or the patch before that, Jazz Rally has been incredible, to put it gently. You have Daredillo, obviously. We've been talking about it the entire stream. Incredible Beastie. I would say flawless Beastie myself. Burnout, Whoosh, Dodge Roll. Very comfortable set for it to be running. Acrobat. Keeps it tanky, keeps it bulky, keeps it healthy. And Dodge Roll to exit the field immediately. Paired with a Daring Pass, Battle Cry, Careful Shot. For folks, for again, that really important sideways mix. So... Oh, sorry, there's also a Fetch Him here. Thrash, Quick Tag, Net Rush. Dodge Roll out, and you get a big turn no matter who you go into, no matter who gets hit. It's so scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of these Spirit Offense teams, you do see some variation, but there's definitely some very common elements. And I would say ever since Rousing Strike has been introduced, and it's replaced Tornado Ball on Hopra, it has really been the go-to Hopra attack. as opposed to the Tornado Ball, which was a pretty good disruption option that, didn't have the damage maybe as some of the more powerful attacks, but, had that good utility, and unlike Super Commit, didn't lock you in. But Rousing Strike being the replacement, so instead of this utility attack, you just have a more offensive attack to set up your next turn to go along with all the other benefits of being Jazz, like, getting rid of Weepy and ignoring the opponent's stat defense boost and stuff like that. So, like, this Hopra, it doesn't have boosting pass or anything like that, but just serving with Rousing Strike means if your opponent doesn't immediately score, your next turn is going to be super powerful.
Oh, yeah. And of course, we've kind of been glossing over it initially, but Goliath, Avenger, Daring Pass, Rally, dot the T's, cross the I's, that's definitely how you write those letters. This entire team does a lot of damage. Any one of these, except for Fruit Folks, next to a Hopra with a Rousing Strike on serve, is going to do incredible things. And even then, Hopra can benefit from Hopra. You have Shield, you have Dodge Roll, Rally.
Yeah,
Scary
absolutely.
team. Textbook. Very textbook, but still has that charging in flavor with the counter serve potential should you find yourself on autopilot. This is going to be a very scary fight for sure. I have a feeling it's going to be slightly quicker than some of the teams we've seen. Obviously, we have Bolimar's Paradise team. The Crimson Paradise. We've seen a lot of this team. It's still very strong, very scary. We've seen the kind of things it can force. We've seen the kind of horrible situations this team can put you in very quickly. Especially, we just went over it with Charge as well. Unsung hero of a lot of offense teams in general, Goofster. We have every Goofster I think I've seen today has had Reach Shot. That's something.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually a variation kind of on Bolimar's classic team, tri-type attacking team. Obviously, we have the classic Illigus with precise sneak attack, dump, shield, just super consistent attacker, has that dump for net pressure. And next to this Charily that's opting for the Chant, Dispel, Cheer playset with that cheerleader. So having access to both Dispel and Chant means there's almost no way to stop this Illigus from attacking every turn. And obviously has the cheer there, so just in case that Illigus does receive an easy receive, you get to double cheer and then do immediately a whole bunch of damage. So you kind of have that really solid offensive setup, but unlike some of the team previously, actually have this Goofster next to Castle, and this Goofster having set and cheer and reach shot next to this Castle known for just having tons of raw damage is basically a even more threatening offensive pairing that gives up some of the stability that you get with Charily and having Chant. And then obviously this Yamith kind of rounding out the team, both having a spirit attack for having that rounded tri-type coverage, but more importantly, having that majesty, having a ton of spirit bulk, having patience, basically just trying to slow down any other spirit teams that it might go up against.
Well, I mean, we saw this to great effect even in the match I commentated, or the set of games I commentated. I was concerned going into a rally matchup how the team would fare, but really all it needed was Yamith. I mean, this thing is terrifying. It gets boosted by the rally. It's trying to stop. It's terrifying. I really don't have a better word for it. And Bolimar has two teams after this that are equally terrifying, as we have seen in the streams today, just in general. Dinner time here. Of course, this Dig'em. Very scary, as we've seen. Share snack at the front for all sorts of shenanigans. Calm and go, our quick set. You can't get any more standard than this standard Dig'em team. No, I say team, the standard Dig'em loadout. I can talk, I promise. Heatwave, comeback, next to a Grit dugout. Also terrifying, we've seen comeback do insane, unholy numbers constantly throughout this set. And quick set, share snack as well on the dugout right next to it does not help any favors or do anything at all for the opponent fighting it. And of course, a very popular duo that I've been seeing in the lab lately, Bro Sliden next to Bandicraft. The decision to drop full focus in favor of Captain has been paying off from the things I've been watching. You don't have to sacrifice tired from the demanding set, and you can continue that pressure if you so choose. Interestingly, both of these players have brought a Bro Sliden. One of them is Hyper Spike and Miracle Play. The other one is Overpower and Smooth. I think it's a very big tell to how quickly these teams want to play. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this team is all about getting to the net. Because once these Beasties are at the net, they can start clicking quickset and doing, their big damage. Again, one of the other themes just about Bolimar teams in general quickly is Bolimar loves to have strong serves. Obviously, the precise Illigus sneak attack, very strong serve. But this heat wave next to this unflappable dugout with grit and activating determination is actually a pretty powerful serve, both giving sweating to your opponent, but also activating some of your own threats. So it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic of the Bolimar's strong serves against Charge's strong counter serves.
Yeah, that is. There's a lot of ways that this goes, specifically with the focus on getting to the net. The first thing that crosses my mind is the reach shot as the only sideways might come back to bite Charge. Should these teams have to fight. There's only so much I can speculate on, though. I'm so excited. We have one more team to cover. Oh, I almost got ahead of myself.
We got one more team.
We have another team, more Beastieball, God.
Oh, yeah. And rounding out for Bolimar is Debugly, with, how much discussion there's been that Bolimar has been involved with Debugly. It's no surprise that we see this Debugly here. Very, very high mind attack, but also rocking the telekinesis with Tool and Stinger. Opting for the Stinger for some disruption and being able to target unlike Tool, but still do reasonable damage. And actually next to this Noizard, which I don't think we've seen that many Noizards so far, is Conquest Clash. But again, very safe serve if you're able to both use Stinger to try to disrupt their boost, but also have Clamor on your side and not have to worry about sideways. So again, another very stable, strong serve setup here. And looking at the rest of the team, we have two other telekinesis users, just kind of trying to have a whole bunch of basically self-sufficient attackers here. We don't see any volleys on this team, unlike a lot of the other teams. And also to round it out, we have this Hopra with that Rousing Strike. Hey, Rousing Strike, it's not just for Spirit teams. It can work for any team because it's just jazzed. All attackers like having jazzed. And also having the Rumpus and Drum next to this Restoration Hydrome is just a little bit of a bonus with the Cyclone there, having an option of having a more defensive setup.
Yeah, I mean, how much does Drums usually heal? I want to say it's 6.
Yep.
So then, paired next to Drumpus, that's 12 HP a turn. Paired with Restoration, that's 24 just for existing, doing nothing on the field. That's 48 every cycle. We've already seen the kind of things that this sneaky little snake get up to. Team really does function, even though it gives off the... When I looked at it at the first time, I thought, this is a team with all... very much... Beasties that don't want to hand the ball over. They want to all keep the ball for each other, and yet they work so well together. It's a fascinating testament to how Bolimar can make things work in practice, and how team building might not be as, esoteric a subject as we like to make it out to be here over in the lab. Sometimes you can't just stick 3 telekinesis users on the same team and it works together.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is just believing. Sometimes you do just click Cyclone 10 times in a row and it works out and your BC doesn't take any damage. We'll have to see if it's enough for Bolimar to get the dub in the grand finals from the underdog bracket of Conquest Clash 3. I am so damn excited.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is gonna be a heck of a finals. Let's just say
I've been giddy all day ever since I got into the got into the commentating headspace. I'm so glad I get to talk over this.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
get to
always
watch
it's
me.
yeah, it's just a pleasure to see high-level Beastieball, and especially in such a unique format like this, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
most tournaments are absolutely a thrill to watch also, but just seeing 3 different teams and really the players trying to stretch themselves under these, you know, restrictions, it really just brings out their personality and their team building, which we can absolutely see, and also, you know, goes along with their play style. So seeing how those match up against each other is just a treat.
Yeah, you learn something about yourself when you do something like this.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
it's an absolute joy to watch. I know I've played against some of Ket's teams in Hideout. I've played against some of Bolimar's teams in the Hideout. Uh, they're all scary teams. Any one of the teams that have been featured on this would give anyone a headache, ever, at all. And we've gotten to see them go head-to-head against each other all day so far. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it, I love Beastieball.
Yeah, and we're close. We're so close. I mean, the players are just getting set in the lobby. You know, just we're moments away from getting started. And again, I think actually I do want to ask you. Do you think like there's any particular strategy that the players have going in as far as what teams like they'd want to start with?
If I'm Bolimar, it looks like I've just been trying to go Crimson Angels last? Or Crimson Angels, Crimson Paradise last? For some reason. What I would assume is Con 5 gets played first. That's what I would assume. I would assume each player wants to play their strongest team as early as they can. Just to get some wins, just to get that mental pressure out of the way. It's certainly what I would do. I would like to get one on the board before I start having to struggle. But
Yeah.
the teams look so... I don't know if you can really label a strongest team to open with in a format like this. Probably would just on either side go for what I'm known for and let the chips fall how they may.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. And I think this particular matchup of players is really interesting because, again, everybody knows Charge loves to counter serve, but again, Bolimar usually likes to serve. So they kind of both want the same thing. Because, you know, normally if you're the first player to win, then, you know, you're going to be able to get the serve on the next match.
Yeah.
But again, if that's the case, then, you know, if Bolimar wins, Bolimar's could be serving into Charge's counter serve. So I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting dynamic there.
It's a very esoteric matchup to try and think about.
Yeah.
And if you ever lose, you get put in a situation. Well, it depends on who loses, but really, it's a situation where you want to keep counter serving or you want to keep serving, but you really can't do that forever.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, because when Charge wins a game, that is going to be the reverse. Charge is going to have to, you know, figure out a way to serve, and then Bolimar is going to have to, I don't know, walk up on defense. That's usually what Bolimar's counter serve is. Oh, I'll just walk to the net. Which, hey, if you want to be at the net, it's a valuable action to take.
I've had that sort of advice given to me by Bolimar themselves. You know, walk up is a surprisingly strong counter save. I've never been able to make it work. I think that fella's a genius.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the reason why walk-up counter serve is a good option is if your team wants to be at the net anyways, the serve is going to be the lowest damage attack you're ever going to receive. So you might as well walk up then if you don't have another good chance of doing it and you don't have another defensive move to use, right? Like you want to use your action on something. So if you don't have like a cyclone to click or, you know, a pump up or some other good thing to do on counter serve, then might as well just use the time to walk up.
Honestly, at that point, yeah.
Yeah, that's something where you could also kind of see that reflected in some of these teams too, about like what kind of play patterns that each of these players have. And if we're talking about Charge again for a second, you'll notice that there's always one support who has a sideways move and some way to boost the ally on every team. There's the Clydarn on one of the teams, there's the Goofster on another team, and then I believe it's the Fruit Folks on the the Spirit team. So like, there's always kind of that, that kind of format that the supporter fits in. Which, to be fair, it's something that you see in a lot of modern offensive teams. Arctech had it, and the Bring the Heat 2 winning team. Just with the Charlie with reach shot and confident pass and cheer. Just the combination of that net pressure plus a whole bunch of boosts just kind of really works out. But again, in this format, you don't necessarily always have, you can't just take 3 Charlies, right? You gotta diversify your Beasties a little bit. So that's why we saw some of the other competitors kind of branch out that way. And again, I know all these players are more offensively oriented than some of the players we've seen on Conquest Clash before, like, say Dino, right?
Yeah, Dino's the best example for it.
But yeah, at the end of the day, there are more aggressive players. So I think that's one of the reasons why we saw so much of that. Like, again, we saw a lot of goofster reach shot. I saw a lot of just, careful shots and that kind of thing. Yeah,
you do see a lot of people. Oh, I had a good talking point and then I lost it.
That's the worst.
No, you get a lot of people want to build their offense teams in a certain way. I've always been recently I've been in the ballpark of, net hogging, boosts, and sideways. That's all you need for a really good team. Lord knows it's what I play. If I could bring, if I was invited to an event like this, I would just try to bring the same team 3 times with different colors and hope nobody noticed. It's incredibly difficult to do what these players have done and make different flavors of offense and different flavors of teams and their play styles work with 15 BCs that do not overlap with each other. It's why we see Bolimar making concessions to what are the Crimson Angels and splitting the 3 starters among 3 different teams just to make that workload a little bit easier. And it's why everyone's brought Hopra, obviously one of the most simple beasties in the game. I've always been saying it. Hopra is a very simple beastie to build with. It's a good thing that she's easy to build with, but if you need a thing on a team, chances are Hopra has it for you. Short of like Dread.
Yeah, and I think we are finally going to be getting into the match very soon here. But right while it's getting started up, Hopra has traditionally been just this kind of jack of all trades, but even like elevated, right? Can still excel in some roles, but just has so many different options. So it's not a surprise we saw Hopra from every player. But here we go. We get the players on screen here. See the lobby. They're both ready to go. We just got to get the confirmation that they are both indeed ready, and we will get started. Get right into it. And it looks like we do see, from Bolimar's side, we have a telekinesis team. So that is the choice. I think it is going to be random who ends up serving first, but I think either for serve or receive, this is probably one of the better options because, again, you have that Noisered Clamor kind of giving you a free back row receive no matter what happens.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's a very intelligent way to start your set then. Just get that sort of consistency no matter what. I have a plan either way. Bolimar is that kind of player, I'm going to have a plan for every situation. I'm going to slowly inch you to my play condition. And if you outpace me, good luck with that. Charge on serve.
Yep.
With Bolimar on the counter serve. And Bolimar goes for Hopra Hydron they're hovering right now.
Oh, interesting. So might want to immediately disrupt with Cyclone.
They're both leading with Hopra in the serve slot. Okay, noticing.
Not only did every player bring Hopra, but we see Hopra versus Hopra at the very start of the grand finals of Conquest Clash 3.
I can think of no better way to open it up. Also, worth noting, rally team into a mind team. Oh no!
Yeah. It's almost a bit of a counter pick here as Rally is going to reduce the damage coming out from the mind here. But we do see that Cyclone immediately, and we see that Rousing Strike from Hopra. But it's going to be Bolimar with the opportunity for a full offense turn first. So we do actually see the drum immediately, trying to set up for a longer game here. Get some of that healing on that Hydron. But we do see this Daredillo is what tagged in, and it did actually get the Jazz from the Rousing Strike when it got Cycloned in. So, but we see a dodge roll coming out. Back to Helia.
Yeah, it's Jazz coming out now. I don't believe this Goliath has... No, the Goliath has Rally.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
One of the Goliaths that have Rally, Lord knows.
Yeah. I think it has both Daring Pass and Rally. But it looks like Rally
but
is
it just
not the
walks up
choice.
Daring Pass. Cyclone into who?
Yeah, if it's
Into the
Cyclone into
Hopra?
top right, it
This
is.
call is incredible! The game just started?
Yep.
You get to counter with some really scary stuff right now. Walk up telekinesis, ego blast into the fruit fox. That's 99 kills everything else. Oh, we're starting early then.
A 99 isn't 100. Rip. Only
No,
doing
it is
99
not,
damage.
but it's so incredible. Actually, this ego blast is boosted by Rally.
Yeah, and I think that's why Rally wasn't clicked last turn. I actually kind of missed that we have Ego Blast, but yeah, we do see the block come out, and 66 damage to the through
according to some. Yeah, you get the Daring Pass, Raw Fury. The only thing that does any damage here is the Goliath, so of course you'd want to Cyclone that. Just taking your time, orient yourself, make a good decision, get that foresight in your brain before you have to get it out. And of course, there's two things that can happen.
Yeah, and actually Bolimar's...
Oh, you want to keep it in? Walk up Daring Pass, still no Rally.
Yep.
You want to double block instead.
Oh, yeah, we do see just the block, no Cyclone out, and I think it's just because these two Beasties on Charge's side actually are not the highest offense, and Bolimar is going to just continue to be able to put on pressure by telekinesis Ego Blast, and the damage numbers just keep getting higher.
Yeah, going for the end of turn scenario early.
Yeah, we do see that double block, but it's not going to be enough. Bolimar's going to take the first point in this grand finals.
First point is a very big thing to need to go after, but KingOfCharge gets to be on counter surf now. Technically a Beastie down and a buck short and a hair late, but it's slightly preferable. We see, you know, the serve wasn't really quite everything that it needed to be. After the rousing strike, your Dillo comes in, get a pass, whoosh, Daring Pass, you can set up Rally, set up for the dodge roll. There's a bunch of things that you can end up doing. We'll see what Charge does end up doing. Pass, whoosh, Daring Pass into the burnout, but the Cyclone comes out.
Yeah.
Renders all of that work moot. Now only doing 36, Fetchum's in the front, still can't set up Rally.
Yeah, and this is the thing is, I think Bolimar has just identified, hey, if you don't click Rally, like, you're not going to do enough damage to break through this Drums and this Rumpus. So
it's a wonderful spot to start in. Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, also doesn't want to click Rally just because it would actually end up boosting the Ego Blast on the other side. So, you know, actually a very good situation for Bolimar here.
And there's a spat of recognition here. Is that even if you're thrashing in the front and get a boost, you can't kill anything if you just hit... Oh no, you can! It sets up Rally now, goes into the Hopra, Noizard receives!
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and identifying there that Rally would have gotten the KO even if there was a Cyclone, because Thrash you're still going to keep the Jazz, and so Thrash is still going to be that 120 power.
A very wonderful call from Bolimar here. Of course, Ego Blast coming out. There's nothing lives this. There's no really good response here from Charge either. Rally has to go up. Now you have to work with it. The only reprieve you get is that Noizard is serving.
Yeah.
And it has to serve Slice.
Yeah. Which, not a free ball, so it's not an easy receive, but you know exactly which Beastie's going to receive this.
Against a player as scary as Charge, Bolimar is up 2-0. Already. That's fascinating. You have the same situation now. Possible as before. Pass, whoosh, Daring Pass. Yeah, and we already know how much damage this does. Burnout into the Noizard, Cyclone. Now you have to serve with Careful Shot.
Yeah.
What a brilliant move.
Yeah, it was a great Cyclone there. Obviously helps reduce the damage in case Hydrom's the one who takes the hit, but also pulls in Fruit Folks, and just not nearly as bad as Slice, because you do get the boost from Rally, but is not going to be doing nearly enough damage here.
Oh, bringing in Debug Me here might be really smart. You get those defense boosts, wasting no time in their considerations. do they want to do? I would assume you want to walk forward telekinesis. That's exactly what's going to happen. Walk forward telekinesis, Ego Blast, still working against Charge in this scenario. Now it doesn't matter what happens, this Frufolks is going to die. You can't really hit into the Debugly with plus spirit defense, plus 2 spirit defense. Kill it. Bringing it in on the careful shot was an incredible tactic. 82 to Hop Rod.
Yeah.
This is oddly dominant for Mind versus Rally.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite ready for this.
Yeah, and I think it really comes back down to if you don't set Rally, you don't have enough damage to get through the Cyclone Hydrome. But if you do set up Rally, then it powers up the Ego Blast. And unfortunately, there's no real way for Charge to force this Hydrome out. So this Hydrome is just going to be a nuisance this entire game.
You have to try and hit the Hydrome here. Blocked, called on it immediately. 76. Get 2 telekinesis out. I can't make the joke right now.
Yeah,
oh my god, Beastieball! Hit into the bottom slot. Hallow finally is able to go down. Rally is down next turn. This is the last turn. Ego Blast really gets to run rampant. Do things. Hit into the Frufolks for 86! It is still alive, my god!
Yeah, and Frufolks was the only Beastie that could switch in and survive that.
Noise Art is up!
Yep. So able to guarantee that this Hydrome survives another turn. And the problem is Frufolks is going to be drained after this. And again, there's not much that can switch in. Again, Rally is down, so I don't know if this Hydrome will still be able to one-shot this...
Front row, you have to daring pass. You have to do something. Hit and pray. The Noise Art comes in, tanks it for 64. You could get the drums up again to get that healing going on the horsey.
Yeah. And because of this drain, you can't both defend the Hopra and switch in something new for the Frufolks. So this should be checkmate. We'll see if we see a shield to delay the game, but it's not. And Bolimar takes game 1 of this grand finals.
1. Oh my god, it's moving so fast.
Oh yeah, try to keep up because all these games are going to be fast.
Yep, we got Bolimar switching teams. Record time. Dig 'em, Alive, Dugout, Bro Sliding, Bandycraft. Also worth noting, it is still technically a tri-type team that Bolimar is using here, but it's
true.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
because we have a body on this. Yeah, we have a body attack and a might attack along with the spirit attacks. But and Bolimar
Charge changes too.
Yeah, so Charge actually electing to go with a different team also. But again, Bolimar knows that it's going to be a serve, and I think this is one of the better teams to serve with. But it is going to be against this Confident High Five team from Charge's side, so it's going to be a tall order. We see the Heat Wave come out, enabling both of the Beasties on Bolimar's side, but we do see this Castellite receive these boosts, and this is where it gets dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you get that net rush, you get that dump, nothing. Oh! Fun.
Yeah, this is without two more boosts.
Doesn't live in the back.
So this is a +1, but it's going to get 2 more boosts. So both of these Beasties will die. Oh, actually, they won't. If Dig'em comes in and
Dig'em surely does not live.
Oh, but
Dig'em it does!
Oh, but it does live. Look at that.
What the hell?
94 damage, but still alive.
94 is 94 more than you need to survive, evidently. Good lord.
Yeah, this is honestly best case scenario. So there was always the mix-up of Goofster going for reach shot, but Bolimar making the correct call. And the good thing is, now you can basically sacrifice Dig'em, just block, and again, you're forced to use all of your momentum to take 6 more stamina off this Beastie. And so Bolimar will, happily take this trade.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also it gets wiped down. What is it? Like 30 more stamina points. It's hit down to 40 now. It gets hit down to 25 next turn because it's overwork, right?
Yep, it's gonna be overwork. It's gonna be a 5 stamina after it serves here.
Uh-oh. Here comes Bandycraft. Oh yeah, 5 stamina like you said.
Yeah, now, Bolimar can essentially just take a point back. Technically, we could see a Goofster move up, but it'd be a little bit ambitious. And,
we
see the
wiped the Castellite earlier, yeah.
So one good sack deserves another. Both players sacrificing for their first point here. Trying to play a little bit of the longer game. You know, if you sacrifice that Beastie early on, it's only down for 4 turns, so it should be able to come back. But we do see this Riplash coming in here. And we should see a relatively big thump here. If it goes for this dig on...
Yeah, it goes for the dugout.
This dugout. We got both dig and dugout on this team.
Faster than the last.
Yep, and we do see another score from Charge here. Just trading points so far. So how is Bolimar going to be able to wrest momentum back here?
You'd have to break the momentum somehow. The overpower is going to come out. No point in demanding set. And yet here we are. And yet we're doing it. Oh my god. Overpower in the front. Kills either way. I assume it's just to catch the possible switch then.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize Bolimar was real like that. That's terrifying. It's hitting confident. 64.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Of course, the high five is gonna come out at some point, but it's that opening here. Put in Banditcraft to have that really powerful, ultra boosted tool for the reach shot that can't come out.
Yeah.
Rather, if it does come out, it's hitting Dig'em. Yeah, confident pass, true strike. Charge spotted it.
Yeah, so True Strike would ignore the friendship here, but it looks like it's just going straight into Dig'em anyways. And 73 damage. A very good damage from Supalero, which is not normally known for its offense, but it does have that +1 boost anyways. But we do have this quick set into this Banditcraft tool, and it looks like that is lethal against everything, so we should see the score even up here, 2-2. It's just a question, does Charge let Supalero go down, or will this Riplash come in to get sacked? I assume Supalero is going to just stay in. Yeah, that's what we see.
Goofster goes out, swaps out. I assume it's swapping back in.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting
Yeah, you need that sideways to make the pressure work.
Yeah. And in fact, sideways is going to make things, again, very difficult for Bolimar. This Brosledden... actually, we see Castley come in. Interesting choice.
Confident in the set itself. Okay. Damn, I didn't realize you were like that. That's my bad. You have the net rush, so you still get to the front. You can still get a confident pass boost.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough to threaten Banditcraft, so... really, so the question is, who does Bolimar swap into?
You go into Goliath?
Yeah.
Isn't that scary? Isn't that dangerous? If they hit down into the dump, then surely you don't live.
Oh, and it does not live. And with that, Charge takes the game 3-2, and the set is now tied up 1-1. So now, Bolimar is actually going to be receiving, and it looks like it is. Bolimar is changing to the Paradise team.
It looks like they'd rather like to serve on the
Divine Dinner Time team that we just saw.
Thank you.
Definitely prefers to serve. Well, I think it's just because giving yourself sweaty is so important for that team. Is if you're not serving with Heat Wave, you're just going to be at a big disadvantage. So I think it makes a lot of sense. And from Charge, we do see the squimmage nuclear option come out here. Yeah, we're going to get to see. We'll get to see the single defensive move, which is the prepared strike on squimmage as the serve.
Of course, you have KingOfCharge getting hit with some of his own medicine here, with that ability to just force sideways. You get to the net immediately, force demolish, you get some sideways going. Absolutely terrifying moment.
Yeah.
But we are just getting hit with the set. If either BC walks up in an attempt to catch the reach shot, they die. We'll have to see if Charge fade or not.
Yeah.
It's only a mix-up if you decide the option every now and again, and I haven't been able to recall it. Coolbz goes down immediately.
Yep. And Bolimar choosing the correct option and immediately taking a point on the first full offensive turn. And he's going to be able to launch up, and this is exactly where Bolimar wants to be. Wants to be able to serve with launch, be at the net, have this split configuration that Bolimar's so comfortable with. And now can just click shield safely. Or click block, but I assume it's going to be shield because otherwise not going to be able to survive.
Tactical pass, trusting trait. Yeah, it goes Echo Strike into the Goofster in order to try and handle it. 72 trait changed as well. You get that +1 no matter what now. Cheer comes out. demolish it at the top slot, kills everything again!
Yeah, but this is the problem with Charge's side. There's no shield on anything, so
there's no
you
shield,
don't get
it's
the
just made to
opportunity
counter-serve,
to
it's
buy
just
an
made to
extra
greed.
turn. Yeah. So
You're made to score points, not defend against them. Your big selling point with your tempo has just been demolished turn 1 with your Squeamish. Oh my god.
Yep.
Now you get to hit launch into anything. Yeah, good call here. Kalidon could come in at the top and really ruin your day if you decide to launch into it. Walk-up freeze ray is a problem here, but I don't know that Bolimar particularly cares. Because we see, you know, that a pairing that Bolimar so loves to close with, Charily Alugus, is not being threatened in any way here. Except, of course, for the freeze ray that Platinum has access to. Lock target, Noisy onto the Goofster, option select in play!
Yep, gets the guaranteed point with that lock target. But again, I think that's an exchange Bolimar is happy to take. Already up 2 points, so it's okay sacrificing 1. It's really going to come down to, is this low HP Goofster going to matter later? Oh, and we do see the freeze ray is going to keep this Illigus here, so this sneak attack is not going to move it forward. Oh, but we see the chant.
We see the chant. Yeah, immediately. Trying to get that chip onto Platinum while it's possible. And then next turn is going to really start to bite.
Yeah, and I think that's...
Oh, assess drop immediately.
There we see the assess as the option for the counter serve here. And
they both have tactical pass into one another. So it is still a mix. Unless Bolimar straight does not care about letting Charily get hit, which it looks like actually they might not.
Yes.
Comes up soon. You have Yameth in the back. Oh, but you chance it on a block instead.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting situation. But this Charily should be safe either way. Oh, actually, wait, I'm not sure with this redirection boost that Maraptor gets from its trait. With the block, it's not enough. And actually, Charily goes down. I did the math wrong. I would have gone down there. And now all of a sudden, Charge is looking a little bit more threatening because
Charge
there's no support to come in here.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh, burnout.
Oh, my heart.
Can do decent damage, but it's not going to be enough to threaten a knockout, I don't think.
2-2 out of nowhere. Like we said, Charge likes to be in these positions. We're going to have to see how this goes. The lock target, either way, you cannot stop the combo. But you can patience through it. If Kalidon comes in here, patience is a move on the field. Assess comes out. Nothing bad's going to happen here. We know this just because of the patience on the field. It's really the only thing Bolimar can click.
Yep. And I think it was very smart. Yeah, it was smart to target the Maraptor, so this way it can't do the lock target combo again. And this way, patience doesn't matter that there was assess there, because patience clearing their boost and your own deboost. And you'll be able to do a full power burnout again next turn also.
You also have the rain. Obviously, you have freeze ray coming out. Patience coming in. 22. Still nervous. But you have rain to hit this Maraptor to keep it from being able to play still.
Yep.
And you get some, well, you don't get healing because you're Yameth, you don't need the healing. But it just depends on what you want. And it looks like
we actually
what they
see
want.
rain on the other slot. I don't know, this might be enough. 55?
Oh.
Well, it's 2 damage short.
Is it? It looks like it. Yeah, 52-7, 2 damage short. Same situation as before. If the Kalidon comes in, again, like that smoking gun to the back, Kalidon, if it ever comes in.
I don't think it's actually that. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a threat though, because with patience, you don't care if it gets 3 boosts.
No, but Zigzag is always on the filter. Everybody, Magpie comes in.
Yeah, it takes massive damage from it, and again, I just feel like you have net rush. I guess the net rush will help it do a little bit of extra damage. I don't know if
that's the net rush tactical pass. I don't think Aluga survives it either. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm just not sure.
We're gonna have to see.
This is it for game. Because I don't think if there's no score from Charge this turn,
defense back row technically works slightly differently. We're gonna have to see it. Yes, game. And
just like that, KingOfCharge is up 2-1 at
one game away.
One game away, both match point and tournament point. And Bolimar receiving again, opting to go with the same team. And here's the rally team. And this is hopefully where Yameth gets to shine. But again, Yameth can only do so much. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting matchup.
Agonizing over it again, just one more time, figuring out Alugus or Cherily. You're probably not going to be able to put Alugus on this field very often. But really, the most important thing that you need to do is walk up, move, force a frontwise decision, do something, and then you can bring Yameth in and try to control the situation from there. Rousing Strike, going forward with it, and now you force that situation to happen.
Yep.
KingOfCharge last time. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, Illigus might be coming in at first because you know Rally's not going to be up at the start of the game. So this is the only time that Illigus is really going to be full power. And we do see that move up, you know, going into this Dispel Cheer and going to be threatening to dump, or could just go for a sneak attack here.
Last time, KingOfCharge tried to question the sideways and ate for it. You have to keep that interaction in mind when you decide what you're going to go for. Assuming they're going to walk up and challenge it again, they do! Hopper takes 93! With a shield, though, it's not as devastating as it could be. Of course, now you need to make a very scary decision once again. There's Rally, there's a comeback, Raw Fury coming up for it. Shield will not save you if you decide to press it, and they decide to Raw Fury, but they don't!
Yeah, they don't.
They bring the heat instead!
Yeah, but this is still going to be massive damage to Cherily here. And I think, you know, Charge is more than happy with that. Be able to do so much damage to the partner. If you have two low Beasties on your field, then basically every turn becomes a 50-50. We do see the shield come out from Hopra. And then Heliod taking 88. Now every Beastie on the field is one hit away from getting knocked out.
Oh, we're starting fast! The potential last game of the tournament. Right now, I said tournament of the invitational. Please don't sue me. Don't quote me on that. If you put it on the wiki, I'll cry.
Yeah. So noticeable difference here is there's no Jazz. We see Yameth come out. That's not enough. With Rally getting clipped, it still goes down to
109. Yameth.
Yeah, and that's the danger of trying to switch it into the front. Is it as strong as it is? Rally is a flat damage boost, so.
A team that's taken so many by storm, it's starting to crumble. Castlete has to come in, but that's Rousing Strike. It's got to get that big advantage on Castlete now. You need to come in with the Goofster as well. You can maybe get some points afterwards. You're on 3 stamina after that serve! And yet you go for the Goofster instead because that's the one that takes more hits to kill. Incredible gameplay from Charge. Demolish, launch, cheer, set, reach shot. You have to try and make it work. Launch it to the bottom slot. Does Charge read it? If Charge does, it's a very bad situation for Bolimar to be in. Oh, it's just a read as all this time. Who to hit on Surf? It's a guess for game all of a sudden. You walk up with Bring the Heat. You get a daring pass for Fruit Folks. You have to decide now, Shield or Alugus, but it doesn't look like. I don't think Alugus survives to the bottom, and that's game!
Yep, that's it. Charge is your Conquest Clash 3 champion.
My God!
3-1 over Bolimar in the grand finals. Man, what a tournament for Charge. Charge just coming in here. Everyone knows at least one of the teams that Charge is bringing, but it doesn't matter. Charge just the game plans of doing maximum damage no matter the cost just absolutely, you know, takes him to victory.
Oh, my throat's dry.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
That was intense.
I mean, just as fast as Bolimar established a foothold, Charge doing much the same. It's an incredible team for sure. You know, that was a very dramatic end. That was absolutely stunning and beautiful. I mean, I love these two.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, there are ways to deal with, you know, incredible offense like that from Charge, but it's just you basically get 50-50 to death. you just have to guess correctly enough time on the switches, on whether, that reach shot is going to come out. There's just, so many opportunities, right? You slightly miscalculate that triple boosted attack, with rally, and it's just like, again, there's just so many opportunities for your opponent to make a mistake, and Charge really capitalizing on that.
Like you said, opportunity is the name of the game. We noticed in that match a lot of things, a lot of little guesses. After the Yamith switch, it really was always going to be a very uphill game for Bolimar, and it just so happens that, that Yamith switch was, incredible by Charge to recognize that the hit through.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like that, it's such a turning point, right? Because, like, let's say that Yamith comes in, survives. I mean, all of a sudden, Bolimar is able to attack back pretty strong and is totally in that game for sure. And it's just, but again, everything's a razor edge. I mean, and I want to give props to all of our players. Like, this is such a demanding format, both in the team building, but also in playing, like, right? Like, there's no easy matches here, right? These are all excellent players. So it's like, you're never going to get time to warm up, get some easy matches before you get to, like, higher up in the bracket. No, that's not how this works, right? Everything is super intense. Obviously, in this Conquest Clash, everything's super fast-paced offense, and it's a really difficult environment to play under. So thank you to all of our players for showing us such wonderful team building and matches.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely watching these people build these teams, pilot these teams to such efficiency and incredibility. That's a absolute skill to have, A lot of people, there's been discussion in the PvP lab based on, well, the last time I went in, there was discussion, how much can a team diff be? How much can a player diff be? And I think, some teams are easier to pilot, some teams are harder to pilot, some teams have more advantages over others. In an offense format and an offense filled very intensive and fast-paced scene like this, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, that was very solid gameplay by KingOfCharge.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely wonderful. Of course, yep. Bolimar, everyone we've had on stream has had very solid chunks. Everyone, shout out to all of our competitors at the third Conquest Clash, by the way. Shout out to them. Without you, the event would not be possible. Shout out to our lovely audience, especially to people in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hope everyone enjoyed, this tournament. We put in a lot of effort, a lot of planning. It's been a while since we had Conquest Clash 2, and I really enjoyed running the earlier ones. Unfortunately, I didn't really have as much time to contribute to this one, and I'm so thankful for everyone who was able to, kind of fill that in and do all the planning, all the coordination, communicating with the players, doing all this fancy overlay work, getting all the commentators, just all of this work, like, you don't see behind the scenes, but it's a lot of planning that goes into it. And, I think, I hope everybody at home, who gets to see this, enjoyed what we're able to do here.
Yeah, no, it's an incredible event. I mean, build up the little info.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
The little infographics and such.
Yeah, and I think with that, obviously we've wrapped up here. I'm not sure if we're gonna have an interview first or for I have a whole list of shadow interview now. Oh, great. Okay. All right. Then I Ultra. I know. Yeah. If you need to drop, go for it.
I've been awake for about 17 hours.
Yeah.
It's been a lovely event. I can feel myself starting to fade.
Yep. Well, thank you. It was an absolute pleasure casting with you again. It's always fun, and again, thank you so much for joining me here.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for joining me. Thank you everyone for running the event. made it possible. Again, the audience, the players, the Twitch chat, Hallow, Satoros, Skarme, everyone involved with this. Absolutely wonderful people y'all are. I'm gonna go pass out.
Yep. Peace. Thank you. All right. So we do have this interview ready to go. Hello. I don't know if I should be switching channels here. There we go. All right. We are here with KingOfCharge. Charge, how do you feel after that gauntlet that you just went through?
Great. Nerf content, high five, please, and thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's man, it's so fun to see your teams because we were talking about it, when we're looking at the team sheets before each of the matches, but like your team style of damage, by any means necessary, is just a really entertaining way to watch the game because it's just. Obviously you have this confident high five team, but then you have the scrimmage team that again just has astronomical damage numbers unless you have some way to mitigate it. And the thing is, like, we saw a lot of the matches where you're up against somebody who can cyclone, or you have up against somebody who can patience, or some other way to mitigate damage, and you're still able to do reasonable damage. Obviously, not necessarily going to win every one of those games, but just like having so much offensive pressure with the sideways, consistently on all of your teams, is there a particular setup that you look for, like that sideways plus damage boosting support with like a nuclear option, counter? So is that kind of like your template that you look for with your teams?
I don't always build specifically to have a high damage counter serve, but usually I do look for high damage and then try to fit a sideways on the team.
Yeah, and we saw that be such a big threat, right? Of you can't really click your sideways move if you can't click your defense move to deal with the high damage if both your beasties are at the back and you have a sideways to worry about. So it kind of just turns every turn into a 50-50 until you're able to move up. So, but anyways, congratulations. I realized I didn't say it. Congratulations on winning Conquest Clash 3 again. Big time investment coming up with these 3 different teams. But how did you approach the tournament in general as far as building the teams? Did you consider like what the other players you were going against as, or were you just kind of building 3 teams in a vacuum, or did you have like an overall game plan?
I was mostly just building 3 good teams. Well, really building 2 good teams because one of them was already built long before the Conquest Clash.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the Confident High Five team that has been, gotten a lot of visibility, and for good reason. Very, very powerful team. But yeah, and I think I guess I'm trying to think. Hallow, I mean, do you have any other questions for Charge here? And if not, then I guess I just want to say, Charge, do you have any shout outs that you want to give? All right. Well, if not, I mean, thank you, Charge. I appreciate you joining this tournament. Congratulations on winning, and thank you for the interview. And I'm sure we will see you again very soon in other events.
Yeah, thank you for having me for this Conquest Clash. It truly was a great time.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. And with that, I believe we are going to have some. I want to just go down the list here. I mentioned some of these people before as far as shout outs, but I really want to just go down the list and thank everybody. First of all, I want to thank Hallow. Thank you so much for obviously streaming the event, but helping with setup. Again, I know there's some technical difficulties getting some of the fancy stream stuff set up, but it was great to see all those nice overlays and everything. I know put in a lot of work for that, so thank you for that. Also, huge shout out to Skarme. Skarme has kind of been like the high level primary organizer for so many of the events that we do here for Beastieball. And I really appreciate, Skarme taking over a lot of those responsibilities and has been running around in the background in addition to commentating some of these matches. So thank you so much to Skarme for all that. Obviously, thank you to our players, Arctech, Bolimar, Cat, and KingOfCharge. Again, thank you all for both putting in the time investment to just doing, building 3 teams and also doing a 2-day event that's an invitational. And, for sticking around with us for this unusual schedule. Again, events like this are not possible without the cooperations for the players. So thank you so much. And for all the excellent games we got to see. And then, just going down the list here for event planning, we also had Mari helping out in the background. Thank you for that. All the commentators, so Coolbz, Mabel, Ultra, your bestie. And then also special shout outs to, some of the artists in our community, Stardust and Buster, for having some great contributions that you probably saw on the Wishes server also. So thank you so much for that. And I hope I didn't miss anybody in the shoutouts, but again, this was really a event put together, from so many different angles, so many people contributing to it. So thank you, everybody. And I think with that, we are all wrapped up. So again, thank you, everybody, for watching the event here, and I hope you all had a great time, and see us for the next one.